Hey, welcome back. It's Jason Walter here. In today's housing market update, I'm going to share the latest real estate news with you so you can get a glimpse into what's happening right now in our real estate market in the United States and what to expect in the months to come. So in today's video, I'm going to share pending home sale numbers for December for existing houses because this information was just released just a few days ago. I'm also going to share the latest details regarding mortgage application numbers, new home sales, as well as mortgage interest rates. So I obviously have lots to cover in today's video and actually really excited to do that because it's been about a week since I posted a video, so my apologies for that. Last week was absolutely crazy with 3 accepted offers in one day. So very, very busy week, but I'm excited to be back. And before I go over the latest housing market updates, I have a quick favor to ask, and that is to hit the like button. I greatly appreciate if you do that. That helps support this channel and boost this video out to others onto YouTube. So thanks so much for doing that, and let's go ahead and dive right back into the video. Let's first go over pending home sales in the US. And if you recall, a pending home sale is when a home seller accepts an offer from a home buyer. So last week, the National Association of Realtors released December's pending home sale numbers with mixed news. As you can see, the Midwest was the only region to have a decline in pending home sales. The West and South were fairly flat. However, the Northeast had an increase of 3.1%. Overall, pendings in the US fell 0.3% from November. This slight decrease of pending home sales was mainly driven by the decline that we saw in the Midwest. This also marks the 4th straight month of pending home sale declines in the US. However, and this is a big however, when you compare it to 1 year ago, contract signings or pendings rose 21.4%, with all regions reaching double-digit year-over-year increases. In addition, the pending home sales index hit 125.5, and that is an all-time high for December. So even though that pending home sales have been declining for 4 straight months, when you compare it to 1 year ago, they're up by double digits. In addition, something that I noticed because I report these numbers on a monthly basis is that when you look at pending home sales on a year-over-year basis, I noticed that those numbers have been accelerating. This is because when I reported pending home sales last month, they increased 16% compared to 1 year ago. Now we're looking at 21% compared to 1 year ago. And here's a really good graphic that shows how the pending home sales index has changed last year in 2020. Pendings plummeted in March and April of 2020, which is when we had much of the country on a lockdown order early on during this pandemic. Then the index skyrocketed in May through August. Now we're seeing this slow, gradual decline since then. So is this an indication that our housing market is going to be crashing this year? Here's my honest opinion, so I'd love to know your thoughts about this in the comments below. In my opinion, the decline of pending home sales for 4 straight months is for 3 main reasons. And number 1 is historically low housing inventory. So total housing inventory in the United States is down 23% from 1 year ago. In addition, unsold inventory is at an all-time high, which is at a 1.9 month supply. To give you a brief background about how low this number is of 1.9 months supply, we need about 4 to 6 months supply in order to have a more balanced market, meaning that neither home sellers or home buyers have a competitive advantage. Right now, our real estate market in the United States in general heavily favors home sellers right now due to the lack of housing inventory. In any case, I mentioned the lack of housing inventory because if we had more inventory or more houses available for sale, we would have more pending home sales and more home sales. And this is because we have high buyer demand in most markets across the United States. For example, I'm a real estate agent in the greater Sacramento area, like many of you know, but I have home buyers who have been searching for months to find the right house. And this is because we have a severe lack of housing inventory in Sacramento. And when we do find the right house, then guess what? 30 other people have also found the house as well, and sellers are getting multiple offers right now. So it can take several months and several offers in order to get an accepted offer right now. If you look at the United States as a whole, houses are selling twice as fast as they did last year. So in December 2020, it only took 21 days to sell a house, but it took 41 days 1 year ago. So because housing inventory in the US is very, very low right now, that has trickled down to pending home sales and may be a reason why pendings have decreased for 4 months in a row now. A second reason why pending home sales may be decreasing in recent months may be due to the fact just because of our seasonality of our real estate market every single year. So typically in the winter months, as temperatures decrease, then pending home sales and home sales tend to decrease as well. Then it tends to pick up in the early spring and peaks in the summer months. So the decrease of pending home sales may be just the byproduct of the seasonality of a real estate market. And reason number 3 here, and this is obviously just my opinion, is that we had a spring buying season very late into the year last year. So our spring buying season last year was more or less May through August, which is very abnormal. This is obviously due to this pandemic, which delayed our spring buying season late into summer months. I don't mean to paint a rosy picture here because obviously COVID is still surging. Our unemployment rate's about double it was before this pandemic started, and our economy is still in recovery mode. This is obviously something to be concerned about. However, the housing market data we have right now is telling us that the housing market continues to be a bright spot in our economy. Another way to get a glimpse of our housing market in the months to come is to have a look at mortgage applications for home purchases in the United States. And according to the Mortgage Bankers Association, or the MBA, mortgage applications decreased 4.1% from 1 week earlier. This marks the second straight week of declines. However, the unadjusted purchase index was 16% higher than the same week 1 year ago. So this is in line with pending home sales, right? So we have in recent months, mortgage applications and pending home sales have been decreasing. However, when you look at it on a year-to-year basis, they have been increasing by more than 10%. However, if these numbers continue to decrease, especially into the spring months, this would be something potentially to be concerned about. Okay, changing gears slightly, let's talk about what we're seeing for brand new home sales in the US, compliments of the US Census Bureau. And a friendly reminder for you, a new home sale is when a contract is signed by a home buyer. This does not mean that the house is closing escrow or the sale is finalized. So it really acts like a pending home sale. According to the US Census Bureau, seasonally adjusted new home sales increased 15.2% from December 2019 to December 2020. This is being led by a double-digit increase in the Midwest, South, and West. However, the Northeast is lagging behind big time with a drop of 20.5% compared to 1 year ago. However, this is something I found very interesting when looking at this data here. So new homes available for sale, which basically means houses that you could potentially buy, is down 6.2% compared to 1 year ago. So we're seeing a drop of inventory of brand new houses as well. However, housing starts, which is basically the beginning phase of building a brand new house, increased almost 30% when you compare it to December 2019 to December 2020. Therefore, inventory in the months to come and potentially sales of brand new houses could increase in the months to come. In addition, to give you a quick mortgage update recap, rates are hovering just above record lows right now. So according to Freddie Mac, the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage is 2.73%. And by the way, the all-time record low, because I do track these numbers on a weekly basis, the all-time record low was set at the beginning of January 2021 with an interest rate of only 2.65%. So I'd love to know your thoughts about this in the comments below. So please leave me a comment. What are your thoughts about this real estate market update here that I have for you today? Is this business as normal? Is this seasonality of a real estate market? Or is this an indicator of what's to come later on in 2021? Leave me a comment below. If you enjoyed watching this video, please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. And also consider subscribing if you haven't done so already, because I post videos about how this pandemic is affecting our real estate market, and I really enjoy making these videos for you. You also can follow me on Instagram. I'm Sacramento Realtor. Hope you have an awesome day, and look forward to seeing you on the next video.